My sons have a condition called glutathione synthetase disorder, which is one of the rare disorders. I believe there's 70 families worldwide. The diagnosis is a triumph of good luck. My first son was born in Fairfax, Virginia, which is, of course, quite close to NIH. Within about the first day he was alive, it became apparent that something was wrong. He couldn't nurse, he was hyperventilating, he was jaundiced, and he was moved to neonatal intensive care. And my husband went into overdrive, started calling people because we were told that nobody really knew what was going on and that it could be metabolic, and so he shouldn't eat, and that could last 10 days and then he'd be dead, which puts an urgency to it. And we were referred to NIH, and because it was right across the river, that was pretty easy. So that's what I mean about just the good fortune of connecting to the people who had the answers and my husband's incredible persistence. My second son was born 2.5 years later, and when he was born, he was immediately tested, and he did have the same condition. He then became an inpatient at NIH for his first, I think, 5 or 10 days of life, so that it was monitored, but with the knowledge of what had helped my first son, so that was a little smoother. Taking care of somebody who might die any minute is stressful. We had been told that while there was a treatment, there was a question as to whether, even with that, he would live 6 months. I had this catharsis where I said, you know, what's frustrating is I don't know what to do, and I can't stand having absolutely no control over what's going on. And when I changed my focus to worrying about what to do if he lived, it became easier. And I had also figured out that while I might not have any control over what was going on or even his life and death, what I did have control over entirely was how my attitude was going to change because of this. And I was going to go out and find out what my role was and how to make him have a life. And when the children got a little older and were in preschool programs and I had some time to go to work, it occurred to me that if I took a job in the disability field, then while I was at work, I would still be doing something for the kids, and that in fact my experience with the kids might be of benefit to a future employer. And I wound up working for the National Dissemination Center for Children and Youth with Disabilities, and we did an enormous amount of work nationally with families like ours, families with high incidence disabilities and all of the impacts on them. So I know how important it is to share information and to get involved in making sure not only other families have it, but all the people they come in contact with. The lasting impact on our family has been that we've become outspoken advocates, and I think our whole outlook on life has become one that I hear from many other families, which is that you get a real sense of what is important and what isn't. It becomes fairly basic, and to also learn to celebrate just about everything there is to celebrate.